Hey everybody, Mr. Enyart here with lesson 29. Lesson 29, grade 6, module 4. This is part 2 because, again, these are long, broken down problems. And I love doing stuff like this because it challenges your brain to think in multiple steps from different perspectives. All the things that math brings to the table, right? The fun elements of problem solving. So here you go. Let's jump in. All right, so here we are on part 2 for lesson 29, grade 6, module 4. Let's jump right in to number 2. Tom has 3 times as many pencils as pens, but has a total of 100 writing utensils. So we want to know how many pencils he has and how many more pencils than pens he has. So a few things to note down, and then we're going to make a table. As we saw in part 1 video, there's lots of different ways, but a table is very helpful, which is why they suggest using a table, so we'll explain that as well. So let's dive into what a total of 100 writing utensils means. What does that mean? Well, that means that his number of pencils combined with his number of pens has to equal 100 because both of those are utensils. Utensils are things you write with, right? Writing utensils. Well, utensils can be things you eat with as well. These are writing utensils. We also know that his pencils are 3 times the number of pens he has. So if his pens are 1, his pencils would be 3 because it's times 3. And so 3 is 3 times the amount of 1. All right, and then also we found out that we're going to be looking at subtracting pencils and pens because the question was how many more pencils than pens does he have? And we know pens is less and pencils are more. So we're going to do pencils minus pens to find the answer for B. And so to find A, we have to make a table. So let's check out the table that I made. All right, so I started with, all right, this is how I began. I drew a rectangle. I split it into 3 sections because I know I need pencils, pens, and utensils, or total in this case. I know pencils are 3 times the amount of pens, just like in the first problem, if you go back to part 1's video. So I did 3 pencils for 1 pen, which is a total of 4 utensils. Because if I added my pencils and my pens, I'd have 4. So then I started playing around with it. Let's take all these numbers and multiply them by 2. See that? And then let's take all these numbers and multiply them by 3. And I could keep doing this, but I went ahead and wrote down in the bottom my goal. My goal is that I need to have a total of 100. So now all I have to do is figure out what do I multiply 4 by to get 100. And of course, if you don't know this, but I'm sure most of you are like, oh, I know what this is, then you could do that. But you could just do 100 divided by 4. And wouldn't that help you find that number? Which, yes, is going to be 25. So guess what I'm going to do to each of these numbers? That's a terrible arrow. I'm going to multiply them by 25 as well. And I'm going to multiply this 1 times 25. And I'm going to get 75 and 25. And so now, 75 plus 25 is 100, right? I've answered my first question. How many pencils does he have? He has 75. And how many more pencils than pens does he have? So we're going to take our 75 here, and we're going to subtract the 25 for the pens from the table, and we're going to get 50. And that is what I got for question 2. Let's check out question 3. So question 3, we've got ourselves a party that Mama's throwing, and she's got balloons, plates, and cups. So we have some information, twice as many plates as cups, half, right? Balloons are half cups. So cups seems to be like right in the middle, right? Balloons are the least, and plates are the most. So I made a table, and here's what I came up with. I broke this one, so the first thing I did was draw my little rectangle, and then I thought, okay, what am I going to have to chart? Well, I have balloons, plates, cups, and then the questions are about items. So I did an I. So all of these are items. So I did 4 columns. And then I use the information. So I started with my rule that plates are twice the amount of cups, right? And I did, at first I thought, well, okay, would 2 and 1 work? But then if balloons are half of 1, I'd have to have half a balloon. And that can't happen. So I did 2 cups, which would be 4 plates, right? Because 4 is twice of 2. And then I could do my balloons as 1 because 1 is half of 2. Making sense? And then I just combined them all, right? If I bought 1 balloon, 4 plates, and 2 cups, that would be 7 items. And now I am fit and ready because all my rules are fitting. All my rules make sense here. My numbers make sense. Now I just plug stuff in, right? If Serena's mom bought 84 items, how many of each item did she buy? So all I got to do is go back to my table and make 84, right? I'm going to kind of do that like down here. 84. And then think 7 times what is 84? You could do 84 divided by 7, but you're going to find out it's 12. So 1 times 12, I'm going to draw my little lines here, separate that out, is 12. 4, everything's times 12, right? 4 times 12, 48. And 2 times 12, 24. And I'm betting that if you added up 12 and 48 and 24, you'd get 84. And that 48 is twice 24, and 12 is half of 24. So do you see how tables and equivalent ratios really make this all make sense? All right, so the answer for number A, letter A, sorry, I could just kind of check out my table. Letter B, Tammy bought 12 balloons at the party. How many total balloons were at Serena's birthday party? What? Serena's mom. Tammy brought, she brought 12. Oh, that makes more sense. She brought 12 balloons. And so how many balloons were there? So that sounds like, okay, well, there's already 12 balloons, isn't there? So aren't we just going to do the 12 that were there plus the 12 that she brought? And now we're going to say there's 24 balloons, right? Balloons for that question. That was kind of confusing. I don't know why you'd ask that. And I don't know why I pointed it to C. Let's point it to B. Okay, there we go. All right, and letter C. If half the plates and all but 4 cups were used during the party, how many plates and cups were used? All right, so again, we're just going to use these numbers. Half the plates is 24, right? Because we already know that cups is half of plates and plates is 48. So 24 is half of 48. So we got 24 plates are used, right? And we're going to add that to, it says all but 4 cups. You see that? All but 4 cups. So if there were 24 cups, how much would you take away to leave just 4? Yeah, 20. We used 20 cups. So that's going to be 44 items used. Does that make sense? All right, if not, rewatch it. Go back. Figure out why the table makes sense and how you can do all this. That's a great strategy in learning this stuff is try it. Try it out. See if it works. If it doesn't work, or you can't get it, rewatch it. Try it again. Try it a different way. Then take a break. Then come back. But have a clear, open mind. Understand that you can have lots of ideas and write them down and try things. Experiment. And they may not all work. But eventually you will find what works if you're willing to take the time and effort. So, I think we'll have to stop there for time's sake. So man, I'm only able to get through a couple problems this time too. I think I'll stop there. I still want you to try the last couple. And if you have any questions, message me on Schoology so I can go over them with you privately. But I think you're getting the concept that tables help, and however many columns you make is based on the information you need to look at, and then how the numbers interact. It's just a number of playing with it till it all makes sense in the table. And then it's all about equivalent ratios, multiplying or dividing each number by the same factor, or if you're dividing divisor. But I think you can do this, and I think it's fun. So have a good time, and let me know if you need any help. I will talk to you later.